Yeah, mo akwaba edede na yasan mo akwaba ede aba Hope Business Forum so ebrason say ye de business forum dwumadi eba beso mo say de bia ye no abusuan ye be show say sabre obefra dofo ne namfo nyina say obia emfa na fidie ento Hope TV Ghana because don imu de say odo afidie to ba bia na o say wo mre ene wadaje because eniema ye ba besuan ne no ade ebeboa onua bi wo fase bi anase obabi enu nti bomodin a se oni ebetena akosi awieye na hyeni so se dwumadie iso no yebedi nkomo e de afa ekwan a yebefa so ebesiesie ho obra ye hwe animu se yebenya adwuma ye titru ye nuanom a ye wie school fofra ye tifie ya afi ne ye pa adwuma ena adwuma ni Ghana ye mu bebre ye ko interview kra na ya fail because you see if preparation meets opportunity no and ye na just nkunimje nko na eba na wan bobo ahon sesi ohun a burden opportunity ne ba wetimi anya akwanya. That is why there is a need for us to sit behind our TV set tonight na ye nyina yetimi asua de asda enkoma medimafo Herbal Hospital san say one mother romana da bia ye de Hope Business Forum dwumadie e de ebrewo midin e de nana Kwame Sika na ebre kopa eno nti yebesre na mum ansa na ye kɔ no mo am wo Facebook na afa YouTube ye fast da emamo na mo nhye dwumadie no na mo comment mo fa mo questions ahodo nyina so mfa omra ye beje bre na yakenkan e de amount na enne said the medical akashro no ya sem no the dap no so a ye bedi hu nkomo na ye besua ho ade no say what to know before looking for a job ansa na ba hwehwe adwuma ana wo pa adwuma ye no ne wo se wo hunu ne wo se wo ye ansakra na watu anamon se wo hu se afei de wabden you are matured enough to qualify to work enu ntina ye wo hanum anwumrei na nyankopon adaroma o de opani kese pa ba ko ena aba be kan ho ne nadaje de oni adaje oni mreo nenso wo hu donti wase ne mre ne nadaje nyina begina hanum a na itwa se ye nya aso ede ma no na ye tie no ebreko enu nti kame ho na ye ma opani andi manome akwaba oye HR practitioner enema I want ho dos nenso se enu ana openti saa na meka no nenso de won ho no abrepa mewia me ho aka ye ma akwaba Mr. Andy
yeja me da say offer me some brand be church I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm also happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Good. All right, because of time Inti no the boy is in your court.
Yo, thank you very much Inti. Thank you very much. So viewers and listeners, make up for number three kakra afim. Inti it's very important. The discussion about and is very important. Ijuma sem na saying the ijuma sem the and that for mansana. Oga ko page man or so see ho. O sorry keke we school and I say wo certificate it's important for you to do something before you go out. And I'm going to take it more as from the Christian point of view because this channel is a Christian channel, and so we cannot do anything without living what as Christians what we should do. So if you are ready, we can go straight to what we have, and then we can start with the schedule because we do not have much time. And so when we are ready, we can show our viewers, project what we have, and then we can begin. So we would want to begin by stating that work is important. Work is very important, yes. And what we are going to discuss is what to know before looking for a job. You cannot just go onto the job market without knowing there are certain things. When you're able to get those tricks, getting a job would be easy for you. And the first thing we talk about is, yes, so we are prepared. And it's very important because many young people are out there looking for jobs. And okay. Yeah. I want to start with a quote. This is a very important person, a friend of Abraham Lincoln, one of the American presidents, and he says that he quotes and says that give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. So if you give him 6 hours to cut down a tree, you spend 4 hours sharpening an axe. Why? Because if the iron the axe you are going to use to cut the tree, you sharpen it properly, the cut will be very easy. But if you don't sharpen your axe very well, when you go to cut the tree, you waste all the time. 4 hours of 6 hours, you will cut the tree. So it means that preparation is very, very important. The next person I would like to talk about, we have a next quote that I would like to mention. Is another important person. Yes, most of us will know him. He is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi is a former president of India. Very, very big. I think the first president of India. And he says that when it comes to this thing, he says that, look, the future depends on what you do today. Your future, whatever you want to plan, have in future, it depends on what you do today. So you don't just get up and enter future, but you do what you have to do today. And so again, confirms that preparation is very, very important. And those of us, again, who go to the job market, you don't just wake up and go to the job market. You must prepare as well. The next person that we want to look at is what I call an African proverb, which says that the one who asks questions does not lose his way. The one who asks questions does not lose his way. Why? Because you need guidance. People have gone through those steps before. And so if you do not seek advice properly, you may lose out the way. And in Africa, in African settings, we take advice from our elders. You cannot just go. You may make a mistake, you may come back. And so the African proverb says that the one who asks questions does not lose his way. So let's start by the introduction. And with the introduction, we are looking at, first of all, we are saying that looking for a job is not just about sending CVs. You don't just wake up and say, I'm looking for a job, so go out and you're sending CVs around because you need a job. No, it is not about that. Job or looking for a job is not about sending CV. The next one we say is that it also requires spiritual exercise, spiritual preparation. It requires a personal preparation and it requires a professional preparation. We'll discuss into details what I mean by that. It's not just about just there. And also, as an HR person, what the HR does is to make sure that all these challenges in the job market opportunities are made to bear. We'll discuss all those things. I'm an HR person, so these things are very important to me. Let's move to the next one, which is the spiritual preparation. And the first one that we have, we say that prayer is very important. Pray for God's directions. It's very, very important. Even Jesus Christ, before the start of his ministry, what did he do? He went into the desert for 40 days to pray. Before Jesus chose the 12 disciples, he went up at night to pray. Many young people looking for jobs and there's no prayer. You are not fasting, you are not spending time in prayer, and you think that manna will fall from heaven. It doesn't work because we have been created to perform a specific function on earth. And if you don't pray and get the right discussion, you don't get the right guidance, and God revealing your purpose on earth, you will not be happy. You will not even find a job. And the practical example is that, somebody will say, wake up early in the morning, sit in the middle of the room, and just be quiet. And then speak to your God. What do you want me to do? God will direct you. It has never failed, Add prayer to it, and God will give the direction. The next point is that you have to be honest and truthful, as stated in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9. Honesty and truthfulness can be seen. When you are honest and truthful, we will see. If you see before an interview panel, certain questions that we asked, the way you are passionate and you go by the way you put the answers in front, we know that, no, this guy is a very honest guy and he can be truthful. Of course, you can deceive, but the point is that if somebody is active or somebody is dull, you will know from the point of action. So in preparing, our Christian life must polish our honesty and truthfulness because we may not get any opportunity. The next point that your spiritual prepare is that you must know that working is service for God. And that's for in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. That the way you work, you shouldn't go to work and want people to serve you. We must see that work is of service. We are going to render service. With that mentality, right mentality, doors will open for us. The next point I want to say is that we must have faith and be patient, because God's time is the best. We shouldn't rush. When we are anxious, we are looking at what our friends have, what people have, and we don't have, then we start doing wrong things, you know. Then we may end up working at wrong places because we are desperate. We should not be desperate. A Christian is not desperate. A proper Christian has hope. As this channel said, this channel is a hope. You pray and you do the right thing. Believe that the Lord is faithful and just, and be patient. Your right time will come. With that mentality, you move on. Let's move to the next one, which has to do with knowing yourself. Now that we move from the spiritual realm, we come to you yourself, self-awareness. The first point is that it has a what skill do I have? Can I sell? Can I speak to people and they'll be okay? Can I do accounting? Can I write? Can I teach? Can I sing? Can I mold? Can I put on a light when the electricity goes home? Can I fix it? In the Bible, we saw Jesus multiplying bread and fish. The Lord said, what is in your hand? What is in your hand is what He will bless you with. So you must know the skill that you have. And that's why you must do a lot of personality tests to assist you with that. The next point is that the question of what type of work environment suits me. It's not, if you are not a caring person, if you don't know how to care, if you don't know how to listen to people, you can't work in a hospital or be a doctor or be a teacher. You don't like children, you like beating children, you can't be a teacher. Or you don't like blood, you say you're going to be a nurse or a doctor, operation, you cannot do. So you must know what work environment suits you. It's not about the money. You should be careful about I mean, if you look at, I've come to this studio and I've seen people working late nights. If they don't like their job, they will not be here. And you saw that this fits them. So you must know which environment suits you. The next point that we are looking at is what values guides me? What do I value? Do I value that I respect human beings? Do I value that when money comes, I must share? Or you're a selfish person? Or you don't care how the money comes? Yes, let's chop the money. No. And that should guide you where you should go. If you are into journalism, you do journalism because you want to broadcast, you want to send a message across. You love to speak and share God's message. You know, you like to pastor, you like to be there. And those values, those properties, that special attributes, your attitude, what you hold esteem, your principles, guides the kind of job that you will do. The next one that you want to find out is, what are my career goals? In the next 5 years, where do I want to be? In the next 10 years, where do I want to be? You must have goals. You must have ambitious goals. If your goals are not big, okay, then you're not going anywhere. You must have big goals. A CEO, an MP, a president, it's possible. And the channels that you pass through is what will lead you to where you will go. Now let's come to how do you practically prepare? Now that you know, you've done the spiritual bit, you've known yourself, you are clear of what you hold big. What are the practical preparations? The first point here is that you must update your CV, which I think there will be another forum that we'll look at. Yes, in the coming days. Your CV is very important. It speaks about who you are, and you must tailor it according to what the standards is. For me as an HR, it takes me only 30 seconds to see whether to carry on a CV to the next stage or not. Because by looking at the person's CV, you know whether the person is a serious person or not. How the person has structured the CV and all. That gives you an opportunity. And so, putting a CV properly down and letting somebody look at it and recommending you is very, very important. You must have a CV. The next point has to do with interviews. Many people are afraid of interviews, you know. They're afraid of the questions that will be asked, and they're afraid that they will not speak the same language and all. But you must prepare. You must find people who will prepare you and give you the morale. Even me at this age, if I'm going to an interview, I fear a bit. But you must be confident. You know, you shouldn't go to an interview room desperate. But you must go there with confidence that you can do. And you must practice and let somebody teach you what to do. The next practical step that we must look at is that you must develop good communication skills. Communication skills is not about what you only say, but even what you do not say, your body language, your smiles, how you talk. Are you audible? Can people hear you? Your hand gestures, your facial expressions, your tone. All these things are bad, and you must master it. Sometimes, so you do not get up and just go for an interview and think it will work. That's why you must practice in your church, in your social group, at home, and getting prepared, because it is what you have prepared. It's what you take to the job site. The job site is not a place where they will prepare you how to communicate. You must prepare from the home, from the church, from the society, and then take it to the job site. So communication skills is very, very important. And the next one is dressing. Dressing and how you present yourself. I mean, now I see many young men wear suit and tie and shoe without the socks. You wear shirts, suit, trousers. You wear a shoe without the socks, and the shirt is so short that you can see the hair on your legs. No, for the first time I went, I'll disqualify you. You're not looking good. You have a young man with hair, a lot of hair on their hair, unkept. They say it's Gen Z style. Well, you're not ready. You know, you're not ready. Missing the colors. You're wearing a yellow shirt. The jacket is blue, black. The trouser is black. Missing all the colors. No. You're not. I mean, so dressing speaks a lot about you. And ladies too, you know, with a lot of jewelry, a lot of earrings, a lot of no. Simple. If you are, you keep it simple. If I even advise, don't even wear earring if you are going for an interview. I mean, a chain. You can put on a earring, a small one. Just put an earring. The dressing. I mean, a lot of high heel and a lot of bags. You know, you look too expensive. You understand? And so, and some of your parts of the body are showing, your cleavage and all those things. They are all unnecessary. You know, keep it simple, moderate. Your hairdo, it's all over your face. It has covered your ears. You can't even see your face properly. No. Keep it simple. It's very, very important. Your dressing, your makeup is very, very, very important. And so, we move to the next available thing, where we talk about the skills that employers are looking for. What are the critical skills that somebody who wants to employ you is looking for? And the first point we look at is your communication skills. It's clear in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. You must be able to speak well. Even if you're not speaking, your actions must speak clearly. The next value that employers are looking for is teamwork. Teamwork. Many people do not work with others. They want to work alone. No. We don't want people that you must tolerate others. Even from different tribes, different schools, different backgrounds, there should be ability for you to work with others. When you finish your job, see whether the other person needs help. Then you go and help the person. Do you have a trait like that from where you are coming from? Do you like working with people who want to work alone? Teamwork is a key value. The next value that we are looking at is integrity. When a phone call is placed to your head pastor, does the head pastor know you? What will be said about you? When church money is given to you, do you chop the church money and present accounts? Can you be trusted? Are you doing fishy deals as a young man? Are you doing things with the young women in the church? Can you be trusted? Can they leave things with you and they know that you come and deliver? When you are given assignments, do you come back to give feedback? And that's what is missing. You don't give feedback. We want to be called before you say, oh yes, I forgot. We are not, I mean, you don't have integrity. You don't have integrity. And so these values must be clear because employers are looking for these values. The next one is adaptability and then willingness to learn. Of course, wherever you work is different from your home, from your school, wherever you work from. But your ability to settle down quickly. The people that you have met are new people. Your manager is a new person. The way they greet is a different thing. The way they dress is a different thing. But your ability to adapt gets you a skill. I mean, Charles Darwin, the father of evolution, he was sponsored by the British government to go around the world to look for the beginning of man. And after all the trip, he went through all the continents of the world. And he confirmed that Africa is the Garden of Eden. It means that that's where civilization began, And then in one of his statements, he said that's a theory of evolution. He said that animals who have been able to survive in harsh conditions are those who are able to change, have skills that made them change. So, for example, a chameleon. A chameleon, if it's here and the floor is black, it will turn to black. If on the wall is yellow, to turn to yellow. Why? Because it's hiding itself from animals that will catch it and kill it. Okay, that is how it adopts. There are some animals during the bumper season or food season, they are able to store food for a very long time, so that when there's a dry season, they'll feed on those food. They survived. We as human beings as well, we are senior animals. And the theory says that if we go to a place or there's an issue or there's a situation that happens and we can't change and survive in that new environment, then we are not strong enough. So that people find it difficult to adapt to new places. They say, oh, I can't survive, I have to go. I can't, because in my hometown, this is what happens. And so, as a person who is looking for a job, you should have grown and learned to adapt to new situations. In that you may not survive in a work environment. So these are the skills that are important that employers are looking for: communication skills, teamwork, integrity, adaptability, and willing to learn. Let's look at the job market awareness. The next step is job market awareness. What you need to be aware of what the job market is. And we are saying that research into the industry, look at what the industry is looking for, at what you are looking for. You have to search. And for example, if you want to work in a media house, or you went to the food production company, or a bank, there are bankers. Go and ask them questions. There are media people. Go and ask them questions. Go and ask questions about how the industry is, and then know what they are looking for their employee, or when they are hiring. And then someone say, oh, yeah, did you say you wanted a job? Okay, I heard that because there's a platform that they discuss. You cannot sit at home and think that the information will come naturally. No. You have to go and ask for questions. The next one, that you must be realistic about your salary expectations. You cannot begin job and start asking for 10,000 cedis, 15,000 cedis, or 20,000 cedis when we don't know how you have worked before or what you can do or not. And these things, I say that if for example, you are asked about your salary expectation, go into ChatGPT or Google, and they'll give you a range in Ghana, and you follow. Because if we do not get, if you are not too sure, or we are not, how do you call it? We are not okay with our salary expectation, we may not be happy with the work that we do. But the point here is this, that from the entry level, it's not about money. It's about your ability. And when you are able to work, show your ability, money will naturally come. And so you should have your salary expectations very, very realistically. The next one we'd like to talk about is that you have to be open for internships, voluntary, and entry roles. Sometimes you are finished school, you are finished national service, the jobs are not coming. Go and offer yourself to work for free. Go to that industry where you want to work and speak to the manager and say, look, manager, I finished national service. This is where my passion is. I want to work for free. They'll give you opportunity. Of course, they'll not look at you and for you to go and come for free. But you must show your ability. And for me, as an HR person, when I look at your CV, I'm not really interested about whether the job you did, you were paid or not. But I'm interested in the skill that you got and then the achievement that you got. That will tell me that, okay, this guy, he did it. Let's give opportunity. And it's not stated on the CV that you work for free. And that's what many people do not want to do. Go and find that industry and work under somebody for free. Okay? And go and volunteer. You hear of it, go and volunteer. You can gain a skill and then you get opportunity. That's why many people get opportunities. And also, you have to keep learning and upscaling. Keep learning, upscaling through the newspapers, through television, internet, research. You can never stop learning because every day new things are coming. And as an HR, we always look for people who have new things. We're not interested in the old ways of doing things, the new things that are coming. So do the research, be realistic about your salary expectation, be open to internships and voluntary entry level, and keep learning and upscaling. Now, I'd like to talk about what I'm calling the networking and opportunities. Networking and opportunities. That's the next step that I would like to talk about. And the first point here I would like to say is that many jobs come through connections. Somebody says, what's networking? Networking, well, you may say you know me because I'm on Hope TV. But the point is that I don't know you. Okay? So you know your head pastor. You know somebody in the church. go and work for free for them. You're on vacation, long vacation. Go to him and say that, boss, I mean, can I come and wash your car for you? Or can I come and iron your shirts? Can I come and teach your children after school? Can I pick them up from your school and then, you know, teach them whilst you come? Oh, I'll do it for free. Once I know, I see the improvement in my children, I see that my children are safe, and by ironing, I'll give you opportunity. You know, but many of us, we are in church, we say that, the elders in the church don't support us. They don't know you, they don't trust you, they've not checked your integrity. So you may think you know them, but they don't know you. I mean, what engagement do you speak about? You heard that he's celebrating his 50th anniversary or doing birthday parties in his house. Go and help him pack the chairs, serve people, clean the place. Let him see that you are a resource, because not every young person does that. And by that, they will ask you, what's your name? You say, what's your background? You are looking for this job, man, they come and see me. Because they can test, they can trust you. And so let's connect properly. And let's stop asking for money. You know? And then when you are asking for these things, we send WhatsApp messages. No. Or phone call. Go face to face and speak to them about opportunities. Okay. The next point is that, of course, I've said it. Network in the church, in alumni group, or LinkedIn. Church is very important because we all go to church. People trust us. Our old students association in our secondary schools and our universities are very, very important. We must be active in those places. And then our LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is a professional profile that, look, you must go and update yourself over there and state what you are doing, the opportunities there for you. In the Bible, we saw Joseph and Daniel were recommended before appointed. If you remember Joseph, Joseph was in prison. And when he was in prison, he was interpreting dreams. First of all, he went to prison wrongly accused. So you could have said that, I'm in prison because Potiphar's wife said I've done something. I've not done anything. So everybody should go. I'll not interpret anybody's dream. But in prison, people, when they slept in prison, they had dreams. And Joseph will interpret it for free. When those two people left the prison and went to the chief's palace, Pharaoh's palace, and Pharaoh had a dream, they said, we know somebody in prison. He's good at interpreting dreams, so let's go and bring him. So Joseph comes, he's called to the chief's palace. For him, he was just come to interpret dreams and go back to prison. But after interpreting the dream, immediately his name changed. They made him a prime minister, and things happened. And so you have a special skill, and you may be going through hard time, but that's when you must deliver. So give free service to the work of God, and your breakthrough may come. You never know, because somebody will remember you and recommend you to a big person. The next one I want to talk about, we are still talking about what you have to do before you go into the job market. And what I'm talking about is that you must have the right attitude and mindset. The right attitude and mindset. The first one I talk about is humility. Humility. They say start small. That's Zechariah chapter 4 verse 10. Humble. Be humble. I mean, you start work and you want to start going to work with Mercedes-Benz or four-wheel drive. And because you don't have, people are having, you go and borrow and rent. And then all like, no, there's nothing wrong going with trotro. There's nothing going with that. So you have to be humble and start small. The humble beginnings are good. Okay? I'm not saying be tattered, but be presentable. And then go in that space. The next one is that you must be a person of excellence. You like things that are done right. You are faithful with little things. As he said in Luke chapter 16 verse 10, when you are faithful in little things, big things will be made available to you. You must be a person known to be excellent. You like things done top notch that people can recommend you. Once you have that attitude and mindset, opportunities will come your way. You must be somebody who is resilient. You do not give up. People reject you. People do not give you what you are due. But look, you keep focusing. You keep forcing your way. You don't give up. And in this life, Jesus showed the way. On his way to Calvary, he fell, but he got up. He fell, he got up. He was tired, beaten, but he got up. He shows us the way. So we cannot go for one job interview or one Monday, we submit a CV, and then we are down. I remember it can be done. When I was looking for a job those days in 2007, 2008, there was one time I got to Circle. That time the Dubai overhead has not been done, so there was this overhead bridge over there. It was raining. I was beaten by the rain, and I cried because I was tired, and I don't know whether the person is an angel or not. Somebody tapped me and said, "Ebe yewa, it go be." You know, it's difficult, but I went back again the following day. You know, searching for jobs and all. You cannot give up. You must. Once you are you are resilient, many things will come your way, and you must have a positive faith. You must have I almost said hallelujah. You must have a positive faith. You must trust in God's plan. You see, when you pray and read the Bible, you go to church every Sunday, you listen to what the pastors say, and then you are clear about God's plan for you. You will not shiver, because God does not fail. You must have a positive faith, and you must show in what you do. Yes, times will come where you be down and you cry and all, but that's not the portion of the Christian, because slow times will come, down times will come, but bigger times are better ahead. In conclusion, I'm concluding, and I'm saying that what we are saying here is that job search is equal to your effort plus God's favor. Job search, when you're searching for a job, it is your effort. That is your CV writing, your attitude, your positive mind, plus God's favor. Because I believe in the favor of God. God can just make somebody call you. God can just make you go here these days, somebody will meet you. But when you meet that person, are you prepared for it? So the two go hand in hand. And the next point is that you must prepare well. You must prepare very well in terms of your CV, what to say, your communication skills, your attitude, your dress code and everything. You must pray faithfully. You must pray. I mean, the Christian must pray. Faithfully means that you trust in God in your prayers. And then you must work diligently. When people finally get a job, then then they don't go to work early. They spend more time at lunch. They are overeating. They are oversleeping. They are gossiping. They are stealing company properties. And they are spoiling things because you've gotten a job. It's a permanent job. So you disrespect everybody. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. God will not bless you. So you must prepare well, pray faithfully, work diligently. And then finally, a job is not just an income. I'm talking to Christians. A job is not just an income, but it is a calling. It's a calling, and a calling to serve. So the job that you are doing, whatever job that you get to do, whatever job you intend to do, it is God giving you that job for a purpose. For you want to be a manager and change the lives of people. For He wants to use you to touch somebody. And so it's not only about money. The money will come. Because there are some people who are earning 50,000 cedis a month, they've not built a house. There are people who are earning 2,000 cedis a month, they've built a house. You don't understand. It's God's purpose. And so when God's purpose is on your hands, everything will go on for you. So as we conclude, in your job search, you must know that God must be in. And prayer and supplication, doing your work, opportunities to come, favors will come. And once you do God's work, you must prepare your CV, your communication skills, your trust, integrity, your networking, and research about the industry. And then when you get a job, it's not only about the money that you're interested in, but you must see that God is using you for a purpose. So this is what I want to share with everybody today. And I thank you for the opportunity. If there are any questions, I'm available to answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Mr. Andy.
Yeah.
It has been so educative, inspiring, and insightful.
Thank you.
And we are so grateful and delighted to have you here. Therefore, because the drew baby a semna ebano near a diano or tiasie. This one has a specific target audience, and to be able to say outro ye CV curriculum vitae na wa compare jumade. I'm sure say you are not restricted with the language, but ebiana obi 18 den but language ntiase ye be se fache because we ni so hia pa na de oka ye nyina no se ka me bone tofa ni nyina ne se ansana odi ahye otrim se opese wo compare juma no sisi wo ho na wa ho sisi mu no hwehunu se woni mo ho ankasa me obi a menye trofo menye kromfo me obi a mebuade na ehunu wusuban na wahu adwuma kwa obey adwuma na opese wo ye no so no bisa ho nsem se opese wo ye nsentwroni fo adwuma bia pe obi o ye nsentwroni na yi ahantan ni dwane to nchen ne kɔ ne nchen kɔ bre ho ase na bisa no den na menye enu nti wo hu saa ne ma we nyina na wo fa okrata a ye CV no se wo de kwa akɔpɛ adwuma nipa a obefa wadwuma no te se ono a o kire yade yi wo ye human resource manager enu nti ye kan HR for no ono ehwe wo CV na wotimi hunu nipa ko a wo ye se adwuma no obetimi aya na se untimi nye afi ye wo se wo ye obi a usuro nyame na wo bɔ mpae na wo di adwuma a wo bɛyɛ no wo ma ne hye wakoma mu se wo nsaka adwuma na wo medi agro wo bɛyɛ se mpo kakra bi ne ye de ma wa wani bɛso na wo ye ne saa ebeboa wo amadachi watimi abɛyɛ nipa kɛse. So in summary no, this is what I have to say about the yesua sabre ye be se da ye ho kakra bi na ye ba ye beto aso e de amount.
Mountain Uganda Conference of 7-day Adventist Church. Yenye Fieldu, Everade Naye.
Jumeji Ahemfua Eba Ibine Nana Ejapa Ameyao, the second acting president, Aduna Traditional Council. Abaimu for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Dr. Frank Amakwehene, Ashanti Regional Minister. Titire Betnemu Dr. K.K. Sapon, Chancellor, University of Professional Studies.
The Atu Safre Asofo Mpanyinfo bi te sɛ Pastor Dr. Kwame Anobuahen ɛne Ɔsɔfopani Pastor Dr. Kwame Penin Buache.
Àwọn fi ayé dwuma no. Basiada, clean up exercise. Fiada yɛ bɔ mpaeɛ ama asafo no ne ɔman. Fiada nnwom to kɛse a yɛde nyame ayɛ. Na homeda no ya podwa kɛseɛ.
Bompaye esre Mountain Uganda say 11 October 2025.
Ɛwɔ Adventist Senior High School. Agona ne apɛfoto a emu duro ya boa conference dwumadi.
Edamu nyina se.
Conference ani jabo.
Era se wanya mre ne yadaje atwen na yakọ aba ye gidi se ne wasua ne nei ebebo apa na me hye wo bo se minim se onya yanka wo be frɛ se de da ye no nenso ebreko nti no ye de course no be hye fridge nemum ebrepam no ye beba na ya be makwan na fe watimi ayi wonsem na no enye ene nyame adoma da se ne Mr. Andy Besamba na wa ba beto aso e de amount mjidi se wani aje ne nkomo no because enei se o kwa akɔpɛ adwuma e wo se wo ti wo wangasa wo nipadua na se e bi kra na wo condition bi but adwuma ni nti gidigidi wo nka ye de hye won safe na wo benwe won se aka se me kra na me haya me ya odabi e wo se wo hunu wo ho ansa na watu anama eno ho nkomo e na ye di no enei Mr. Andy ensamo akwa ba bio
yo yeja
ye da wasipa se wa mayen such an insightful lesson because ebeboa obi edu baby kra na me ra ho sometimes as obi o ha na bemobu like you giving your examples say ye kasem crofom free pa no mo testimonies ah enka be osun.
No, I mean ejumapede, I mean enye it's not for kids. Because oka ko pro bi ejuma oh nipa no ko oba be found no so onim was all trust so job obenye ejuma na trust.
Yes,
inti say o inti na sometimes heading so be recommend di obi because you recommend obi nkofo ama nkofo bo omo call you no they misbehave
omo say ho
inti e be say Mr. Andy na nipa ka do dey buy no na sa not here I say na but why oh we oba ntem na oni kasa o titi mo ya no inti a hard dream inti it's a trust inti and what say obi abembu or so gudro no say enye is the moment but it's possible.
Okay,
because first of all wo nyame obi bia because wo nyame unemu skill the obit me aye run to menje fadipa ko no kasa na kache no akomem you get a job. Okay, you know, because unim do I mean you know that you can be trusted uni me juma no ano nim kakra we sua wako school we bisem udi nkofo akasa kono ko bisa we benya asa be kono bompae I was so do we photo na bompae so na wa kom wa dress it properly dressing no the way of look you know
yes
first impressions the bit me account there what me anything oh it move good pass and pa kono we na
because say there was your address you know who created certain impressions.
You should be welcome. I mean, how do you smell? Roll on. I mean, simple dressing. Yeah, obey my dress so, but it be also but now colors be brave, hairstyle different, shirts no different, trousers different, socks different, shoe different. Hey, about page man now different colors here and there. Oh.
Okay, let's talk about our attitude on social media because these days most people will take your social media handles and do research about it.
Yeah, I mean, as an HR, we do. You know, we do that. I mean, obia, young person, who back company for fraud. Now, you share. Sometimes I say, it's more called WhatsApp platforms. WhatsApp group platform. They're all chatting and all those things because that's your attitude there.
That's the real attitude.
That's the real attitude. You can say your WhatsApp platforms and all those things. I'll give you an example. Madam will be not many years more bank, more HR bank. And I'll call another bank to occupy Juma. Before bank, I call government institution. It's a matter for call interview. Madam for so to panel so.
Wow.
It's a friend or send WhatsApp say, oh, Mr. Andy, Obi wa interview or say or you or no ye Juma. Unim na me say your friend is saying, Obonidi. And I was okay, tell me about him. Oh, me say, oh yeah. Meaning no, I mean, I saw no ban. Not me WhatsApp you. I saw no ban on that branch in here ready into another branch. Or CC every week be out checking. You not crying or check to make sure that the branch was ready. Or 1 million series. I said the way of managing the staff and all those things. We can now WhatsApp this so. It's a do madam for now on your message, you know. It do the same question. Also only question be because madam for answer questions in now. As I say, Obi WhatsApp or call the Facebook platform now. The one is enjoyment. In some name
seriousness be any
so I mean or cop parties pool parties now ocean statement I say insult abusive language or by interview be say oh say how the dear grow say hey they be catch on the train
that is real you.
Yeah, that's your real you. So you have to be mindful what you write on social media. You know the comment that we make sometimes even obi make comments by any post, but your comments under can also affect you. So, we shouldn't be on social media at all. But if you want to be there, have an agenda, decent. You know, anything decent, and then put things there because HR for your co-hopper. Your co-hopper.
That's very interesting. And then when you were concluding, was say looking for a job, no, it's a calling. It's very deep.
You know. God has called us for a purpose.
Definitely,
look,
sure.
I would dare anybody go and ask your mother the circumstance of your birth. There's a special reason God brought you. And so you have a special purpose, and you must fulfill that purpose before you leave this earth.
Interesting.
So. And I don't use myself as an example, but me say, you know, me say, me a medical doctor. Okay, all right. But me call secondary school, no, I love business. It's me a business or secondary school with accounting, economics, e-maths, commerce, but guess what? In the year 2002, no, they call University of Ghana because I wanted to go to the business school and be an accountant. But now I'm quiet and all. But for my grade, you know, in those days, you know, only 6 and 7. A bit of business school. So I didn't get business school. So University of Ghana gave me psychology and some courses. So I was like, okay, let me do it. And psychology opens me up to understand people, understand people's thinking. May a course to say philosophy. To understand that, I mean, Socrates, people's thinking, their knowledge. I studied Greek classics, ancient Greece and Rome, how they developed in Rocky and all those things. And I studied archaeology. What I mean, see Charles Darwin, you know, how artifacts. So I thought it polished my skill of talking, understanding people, welcoming people. So I thought I was going to even do marketing. So I started marketing. I mean, I worked in. I don't want to mention. I'm not allowed to mention companies. I mean, I worked with Vodafone and Expresso Telecom. I had Biton phones, Biton credits, Biton internet. You know, I work at the course, me take course, and now me casa. For 6 years of my life, I thought it was marketing. But it got to a point, the kind of HR I was getting in this telecommunication, I didn't like it. I mean, for example, it's a HR bar, no beer is true, no beer journey, HR. I don't understand. HR does so, that's all your mommy and papa beer to me.
You welcome everyone.
Welcome in. No, beer is true. The HR was some, I said, no, I'll be a different kind of HR. So I came into HR to be a different kind of HR, to be there for people. And I think that I've not done bad. I mean, and I love the profession. And so that's why I'm sharing it. So I feel this is my purpose.
Okay.
You know, whenever I pray, I get, you know, when opportunities come in and so on and so forth. So the point here is that when you pray and you are in God's plan, God will reveal what you have to do.
Exactly.
I believe God is not finished with me. And so I'm saying that find your purpose. Every day you must pray. When you pray and ask God to reveal, He'll reveal it to you. You send angels your way.
Okay.
You bring you opportunities. And one way, for example, that I realized HR was what is that? I wanted to go and do a master's in HR. I didn't have money. But God provided somebody. And the person told me that if I can work and go to school, He will pay. I said, really? Then I realized that God's hand is in it. And even, I wanted to finish my master's before I set for an HR job. But God brought this man of God in my conversation. He told me that, no, go and search for a job before you graduate. I said, oh, if I get a job, I may not finish my course. He said, no, go and get it. And I listened and I got an HR job before I finished.
Wow.
So, when you pray, you believe in God's plan, because you cannot be what God has not called you to be.
Okay.
And you will do what God wants you to be. So, it is not about selfishness, it's not about money, it's not about riches.
Okay.
There's riches for everybody. That's why I said that somebody is earning 20,000 cedis on seed dying. But to put 2 cedis, 2,000 cedis every month.
What's dying? Interesting. Good.
It's God's will and God's purpose.
All right.
And we are Christians. We shouldn't forget. We shouldn't go into the world searching for necessary things. But doing God's will, God will bless us.
Okay. All right. So we are just bringing everything to an end. So I want you to just summarize everything in the quest of looking for a job. Young people of these days, like you mentioned earlier, Gen Zs, our lifestyles, our way of dressing, our way of talking. Sometimes they meet people, we don't know them, but we misbehave towards them. Tomorrow, they are in the room where we are going for the interview. So, in just 1 minute or two. Yeah,
I mean, I'll try and summarize, but I mean, that's a point. I'm sure the subsequent way, you know. But the point here about what we are discussing here is that if you are going to look for a job, you must prepare first.
Okay.
Don't just go and anything. And sometimes people are looking for a job and say, what can you do? Oh, give me anything. No. Now that's a wrong statement. I say, if you want to say that, I'll ask you, okay, you go. If I find anything, I'll call you. No. So the point here is this, that first of all, you must pray and ask for direction for God. What exactly do you want me to do? And then also you must look at what you have in your hands. What skill do you have? Have you been to school? What have you studied? Even if you don't have any skill, find something and learn. Find something and learn. And when you find that thing, go into that industry and find out who is doing it. And let the person guide you through and learn. Then when you get in the job, you work diligently.
Okay.
You come early, you dress properly, you are accountable, you show integrity, and doors will open.
Okay.
And then you fulfill God's plan. God has a plan for everybody, and we must not be afraid. We must pray, and God will bring the job. The jobs are there. I can tell you that many jobs are there, but the right people we are not getting because we don't trust. They don't have integrity, and they think that some real school, no, you must be tested. Sometimes you work for free for some time, before you are be trusted. So don't be deterred. There are jobs. Prepare well and go into the job market.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andy. Waboye pa ene waboye nse wame yehu niema e wo se ye ansana yetimi akwa akopɛ adwuma. Enu nti don't just follow the trend. be you and know what you are looking for and work towards it. And I believe with that, you can also earn a job for yourself. Like he rightly said, there are many jobs in the market, but it is up to us to go and look for it. And are we prepared? That is the question that we have to answer. Mr. Andy, that was your time there some, but maybe you want to greet someone, and then if you want to put out your number for consultation.
Oh, well, I mean, special shout out to my wife, Esinam.
Okay.
Yeah. I love her so much. She's a wonderful woman. Yeah. Only there, I mean, you know, I mean, someone send a message is we thank God for her life. She's continues to be what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm an HR person. Look for me on social media, Andrew Manome, on LinkedIn. Connect me through LinkedIn and the Manome, whatever you have. And through this program, I can say that anybody who sends me the CV, I'll review it for the person for free.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll review your CV for you
God
for free.
Richly bless
because
you.
of Hope Channel. Look for me on LinkedIn, Andrew Manome.
Okay.
Because I'm pushing you there because that's where opportunities are. So I have to challenge you. I won't send you to any other social media platform. LinkedIn is a professional platform. Look for me, Andrew Manome. Let's chat. You watch me on Hope TV. You have your CV. I can review for you for free. And then let's see what God will do with you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. In fact, he has been a blessing to us this evening. Yankopon shira also awofie say o share ma memfa kwanya we na Wendy Asante Opo School ewo St. Patrick's Nursing College. Yema happy birthday. Yankopon inshira pa say wode afi ba kon aka umfie ho takwa ena wo sesi ye nemum edi adodo na anim eye ramba. Yankopon inshira na udi wa wodai onto nkwandem na oma unya sika bebre nso asasi so medin ede na nakwa msika oti Mr. Andy Manome enka oye HR personnel anase human resource manager onebe boa yen ema yenim de we de afekura ne yekukuro na yebesoa ne de nya asem keto nya me adoma da se ne de ode bana na o hyechen sei eno nti o kosoa ne yentina Hope Channel ye niema hodwa ye kire wa ha nyina ye de beboa wa abrabom na edwa ko osra himemu dachi eno nti abribia no follow yen be bia Facebook, Instagram, TikTok ye wo be bia as Hope Channel Ghana, Hope TV Ghana obehu yen yankopon hira pa se oni yetina mirin ede na nakwame sika yakram